Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In the last video, we learned how to make the minimum variance portfolio, and in this video, we will learn about a new kind of an indicator known as the value at risk. The value at risk is an indicator that tells us what is the maximum amount of loss that our asset will incur in 99% of cases. So you can also check it at 95% cases or uh, any other parameter of your choice. But here we are doing at a 99% uh, cases. In 99% of cases, what will be the maximum amount of loss my asset can incur? So let me just show you how we do this. Suppose our asset is like this. 1 minute. Suppose this is the x-axis, and we are assuming that the returns of our assets are normally distributed. So in the case of financial time series, it is not correct to consider a normal kind of a distribution. However, here we do consider a normal form of a distribution. We consider a normal distribution. So the returns of our assets are normally distributed. So this section is the section where my returns are very low, and this section is a section, this one is a section where my returns are extremely high. So I'm writing H. So I will be seeing what can be the maximum amount of loss that I will incur when I am in this section, when I am in the low section. So we consider it to be at a 99% of interval. So this is the 1% case. So at the, yeah. So in 99% of cases, what is the chance of the maximum amount of loss I incur? What is the maximum amount of loss that I will incur in the in 99% of cases? Okay, so that is what we can understand from here. So here the actually we get the result in percentage form, but however we'll change it into absolute terms for better understanding. So so here we need to know the concept of something known as the Z score. Okay, since we are showing it like this, so basically this is the part that we are highlighting. So what is the Z score at 99% confidence interval? So this is CI, confidence interval. So at 99% confidence interval, what is the Z score? So you should remember it at 99% confidence interval, the Z score is 2.33. Okay, at 99% confidence interval, and we are doing a one-tailed test because we are not interested about what happens in periods of exuberance, that is in this period. We are not interested about this period. We are just interested about the red period, that is what happens in periods of extremely low returns. So this is how we find it. So first let us find the var of EWPF, that is equally weighted portfolio. So we are assuming that we have invested rupees 100 in total of the portfolio. So this is how we calculate it. This is the risk of the portfolio. We find the standard deviation of the risk. This risk is in the variance format. So I will write standard deviation. 1 second. I think I have it here. Yes. So here I have the risk. I will just write the standard deviation of EWP and MVP. Wait. So the standard deviation of risk will be equals to SQRT, that is square root of the risk, because the risk is in variance format. Here also it will be equals to square root of the variance. So we have it here. So now let's find the var of EWPF. Let's find it first. So it will be calculated as equals to, first we include the Z score, that is 2.33, into my sigma, which is this is my sigma. The square root of the risk is the sigma, that is this value that I have highlighted, the standard deviation of the EWP portfolio, this into the amount I have invested. I have invested 100 rupees. So this, so rupees 2.60, rupees 2 rupees 60 paisa is the maximum amount of loss that I will incur in 99% of cases when I am working with the equally weighted portfolio. Now let us find the VAR, that is the value at risk of MVP, minimum variance portfolio. So again, same kind of formula. It will be, first we write the Z score, that is 2.33, multiplied by the standard deviation, that is this, multiplied by the amount that we have invested. We are assuming that we have invested 100 rupees in total. So into 100. So here we have it, 2.53084. So rupees 2.53 is the maximum amount of loss that you will incur when you are working with the minimum variance portfolio. So this is how we can get it. Now we can also get something known as the dynamic value at risk, that is value at risk at each day. So then here, like, we have calculated the standard deviation from the variance of the risk, which is the variance calculated from the variance covariance matrix. However, if we use a EGARCH kind of a model and find the conditional variance from there, and then find the standard deviation, and then also we can find the var on a daily basis. So let us try doing that. So let me just save this. Okay. So here we have the EWP return and the MVP return. So finish. Okay. Let us start with the model. So we go to quick, we go to estimate equation. Let's first do it for the equally weighted portfolio. So we can write EWP return. Then you can just try to see, or you can give a lag. It depends on you. Our method will obviously be eGarch. So we go to arch, then we go to eGarch. So let us do it on the basis of an asymmetric order. So asymmetric order will be 1. So error distribution, keep it GED, and then OK. Hmm. So we go to proc, we go to make Garch variant series, that is the CV. So we write CV of EWP. Okay. So now we take it onto Excel. We paste it here. So this is CV of EWP. Okay. Okay. Now we will do the same thing for MVP also, that is minimum variance portfolio. Yeah. Here we have it. Let's go to proc, make Garch variant series, and we will do the CV of MVP. Right. Let us copy it to Excel. Now we need to find the standard deviation. So we write SD of EWP and SD of MVP. Right. So what is SD of EWP equals to square root of the conditional variance of EWP, that is this. So in the same way, this is the square root of MVP, that is this. So here we have it. ठीक है? Okay. So now let us find the var. So value at risk of EWP and value at risk of MVP. So value at risk of EWP will obviously equals to first the Z score, that is 2.33, multiplied by the standard deviation, that is the sigma, multiplied by 100. So here it is. So now you have it on a daily basis. You can also take the average of it to find, to do an analysis on the basis of that. And here, then how you will do this? You will do this one through equals to. Um, Here we have the first the Z score. Let's write the Z score first. 2.33 multiplied by your sigma multiplied by 100. So here you have it. This is how you can do the analysis. So another thing that we should learn is the expected shortfall. So the value at risk tells us the maximum amount of risk that you will incur in 99% of cases. So what happens in the rest 1% cases? So that we can understand from expected shortfall. So let us try doing that. Okay. So for this, I will just take my date, my EWP return, and my MVP return onto another sheet. Hmm, they have been pasted as values, so we don't need to worry about that. So I've taken them into another sheet. So now I'll have to find the lowest of MVP return. Okay, and let us first find the expected shortfall of MVP. After that, we'll find the expected shortfall of EWP. First, let us find it for EWP. After that, we'll do it for MVP. Okay, so we come here, we go to file. So we don't need the date anymore actually. We come here, we go to, sorry, we go to home. We go to conditional formatting. Then we write top to bottom rules. Then we write bottom 10%. And then we change the 10% to 1%. Okay. So bottom 1% will be highlighted. So now bottom 1% have been highlighted. So how we can find them? We come here, we again go to home, we do sort and filter, and then we do sort from smallest to largest. So all the red colored portion is the bottom 1%. So now how we can find the expected shortfall? So we write here expected shortfall of EWP. So it is very simple. It is actually you find the average return of the lower 1% and then multiply it by 100. So you do average of this portion, sorry, average of this much multiplied by 100, because you are considering that you have invested rupees 100. So yeah, your since see this is in minus, so your maximum amount of loss that you will incur is 4.68 45 rupees. So in the case of var it was 2.60 rupees, and here it is this minus 4.6845. That means that is the amount of loss that you will incur. So it is in negative, of course. So now let's go to expected shortfall of MVP. So let's first find the bottom 1%. And then we go to home, we go to sort and filter, we go do sort smallest to largest. So here we have it. So now the same kind of formula equals to average of this much into 100. So, yes, 4.60017. That is what we can understand from here. So, we will end our video with this today. In the next video, we will learn about the ulcer index, and with that, we will end our playlist. Thank you so much for being with us. Goodbye.